Let's talk about talent. Torvik's talent rating for every team in college basketball is one of the more fun features of barttorvik.com. You can literally sort by teams that Torvik's database tells you are the most talented rosters. I believe from the last time we did a discussion on this very thing on the channel, there was some discussion in our Discord on like what all goes in to Torvik's talent projection. It's a combination of recruiting rankings from back in the day with retention and experience and certain other things. So, it's not a perfect metric by any means, but it's usually a good sense of just how much raw quality basketball skill is on your basketball team. And I think this hasn't changed as far as I know. He's probably made some tweaks to rosters based on just personnel in the weeks since the last time we talked about this. But you can go back. There was a conversation on the channel. We did it as a segment on the full pod of just looking at the overall rankings, what stood out to us as a surprise from 1 through like 50 on his most talented rosters in college basketball. However, one thing we did not really discuss came to light over the weekend because a friend of the program, Ant Wright, at its Ant Wright, sorted this by Big Ten teams. When you sort it by Big Ten teams, it's a lot just more straightforward to look at. You can identify some things that are pretty clearly surprising when you look at this through a Big Ten lens. So, just looking at Big Ten teams, Torvik's national talent projection rankings in order. Oregon is the first Big Ten team, most talented Big Ten team, 10th nationally. Michigan 11th, Illinois 12th, UCLA 13th, Michigan State 15th, Penn State 16th, Ohio State 17th nationally. That's the top 7 Big Ten teams in order of most talent on their roster. If you're like me, you are realizing right now we haven't said Purdue. Purdue is projected as the 8th most talented team in the Big Ten per bartorvik.com, 21st in the nation next year. There's an account on Twitter called Illini Basketball Podcast that quote tweeted Ant's tweet and just said, interesting in all caps. I think there are some rival Big Ten fans who are using this as a small point for celebration at Purdue's expense, but Cart, the idea that Purdue is the 8th most talented roster in the Big Ten, 2 spots behind Penn State. Does any of this make sense to you?
I need Big Tor to come outside and explain himself because it makes no sense because it's not true. What are we doing here? This is kind of crazy. I mean, like, I when I first saw this, I actually and I legit because obviously I follow Ant, so this came across my timeline. I thought there was like some what do they call it, a golden goose or something? Like there was something in here that said it was a lie or like we're ha 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 like we got you. Um, I also got a kick out of an Indiana fan commenting on this, and they were acting like they were the most livid for where they were at. Meanwhile, Purdue was behind 2 spots behind Ohio or Penn State. Hit. I'm very interested in how actual talent projection is equated here. But there's just no world where Purdue's roster with 2 first team All-Americans and possibly the National Player of the Year is projected talent wise behind Mike Rhodes and Penn State.
Is this just the side effect of Matt Painter doing the Matt Painter under the radar thing finally coming to fruition?
This is a side effect of why Kevin Durant tweeted that one time that when we're having hoop discussions, not everyone wants to look at fucking graphs. That's what this is. This is why I have that tweet saved in its own bookmark folder because it's situations like this where I need to bring it up that I'd rather have Braden Smith than Caden Mingo.
It's probably worth noting that I feel like Torvik's model in general is a little more anti-Purdue than consensus. And I don't know, at points in the offseason, you can kind of just take notes, take mental receipts on some of this stuff and come back to it when the season gets here. But sometimes, very oftentimes, the analytics sites that are in the minority relative to preseason polls usually are right. It's very often that the analytics are more accurate than they are inaccurate in terms of preseason projection stuff. That doesn't mean they're always right, doesn't mean it's the end all be all, But I like to do that. I like to look for the biggest discrepancies and sort of circle them and come back to it later in the season and see if they're right or wrong. For this year, it's not just the talent metric, which obviously that's way too low. Purdue is very clearly way higher than eighth in the Big Ten in terms of talent. But in general, Torvik has Purdue fourth nationally. That's lower than they're projected anywhere else. They're below Michigan in terms of just overall team caliber per Torvik system. They are the number one offense, so there's a little bit of Boilermaker love, but 27th best defense feels about as low as you would preseason project this team, even if you have defensive questions. So I don't know if it's something. I don't know what it would be analytically about this roster because I look at this roster and see a team that perfectly filled the holes of last year, brings back two All-Americans, has the best player in the country. I mean, you know that we have no way to nitpick this roster. So, do you think Purdue's the most talented roster in the country, though? This comes back to your definition of talent, but maybe not even country, just conference. Is this the most talented roster in the Big Ten? Yes or no?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Torvik's not making you do a double take here?
No.
But you're not a Fletcher Lawyer guy.
Don't care. It's the most talented roster in the Big Ten.
You sure?
Positive. Not even gonna think twice about it.
Is their ninth guy a McDonald's All-American?
Uh, okay, I need that argument to die.
We don't care.
No, I don't care. Why is the ninth guy the McDonald's All-American and you're starting Roddy Gale then?
It's a pretty good argument.
No, it's not. I
Roddy
hate
Gale's
it.
good
Honestly, it's pissing me off. Why is Dusty bringing McDonald's All-American as the ninth guy? Because he wants to play Roger Gale?
because you're so talented.
No, because he's wrong.
Roddy Gale had 27 in a tournament game last year.
And
Top 15 player in the Big Ten per you last offseason.
yeah, so is Frankie Fiddler. We all grow. We all honestly, I take it back. We all make mistakes, Torvik. I make mistakes all the time. I probably just made a mistake in this segment. Um, but I try to fix my mistakes. And as I go through this, Purdue being where it's at is honestly I'm more pissed Oregon's first.
I mean, Biddle is a 5-star. Five-star back for year 4, I think is holding up a lot of weight here, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, now that I think about it, they have McDonald's All-American as like their seventh guy because they got like Kwame Evans or Mookie Cook. Is Mookie Cook still on the team? I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know. I
Ooh,
think
I want to meet Bart. I want to have a
Wisconsin,
Bart.
Wisconsin fan, I believe.
I want to have a Bart Cart segment.
A Barton Cart
Yeah,
Torvik.
yeah, Cart Torvik. Pull up.
You should start going by Cart Torvik this year, I think.
No, I'm anti-analytics.